Firstly, thank you to all of you that left comments and gave suggestions on how to proceed with this series going forward. In terms of just like matches, really, it's just in terms of usually when I'm doing a series, I know exactly how I want to structure it. With this one, I want to show a lot of matches, right? That's obvious with the kind of series that it is, but it's just how many matches is hard for me to sort of judge, really. I guess you're the judge of that. So I think from what everybody said and my own gut feeling is that I will continue to show most of the matches in the first season. There's a few that I am going to go past because we don't want to watch every single one. What I will try to do, though, is in those matches that are off camera, I'll keep my camera sort of going, and any like incident or goal or something I want to show to you, I can just then show you at the start of the next video. Like while I'm speaking, while I'm giving you a recap of what happened, you can actually see some of it as well. That's what I'll try to do if I remember. I think I'll do it like that. But that's in the future. That's not really for right now. There's going to be a video today. Today is Tuesday. I'm recording today, so there'll be a video out later today. Tomorrow, Wednesday, there will be no video. But then there'll be a video Thursday, Friday. And then, again, there'll be no video Saturday because that is the day that I'm moving house. And then on Sunday, we'll carry on as normal. So, yeah, video today. Just no video for Wednesday. And then we're back Thursday, Friday. No video Saturday. And then back to normal. Anyway, we're going to get into today's episode. It's going to be 2 Premier League matches at least today for us. And this is a big one, right? Because we're mid-table right now. We're 11th, right? We're on mid-table. We've got 2 winnable games here. If we win both of them, we could be on for like a European-type finish. That could be the kind of season we're going to have. If we were to draw and lose them both, it could be that we're going to have a bit of a yo-yo season and we're going to be up here, then we're going to be down here, and I don't know where we're going to finish. If we lose both of them, it might be that we've had a bit of a good start and then we're going to end up around here. It's quite a big episode in terms of where are we really at. That's for definite. The 2 matches, and you might have seen this before, but we're going to be playing against Burnley and West Ham in today's episode. Maybe Brighton too. It completely depends. We've already played Burnley, so the Burnley game, after it starts, I might go to key highlights and get through. Then we can probably get 3 matches in this episode. But again, it just depends on how all the things sort of play out. Okay, we're not going to go through Burnley too much because we played them already once before. It was going to be the 4-2-3-1 for them again. Expected tactical style is going to be wing play. And I think that, like we did before. So if you think back to this last match against Burnley, right? What they did is their goalkeeper always played to the left-hand side. He always played this way. Even if it looked like it wasn't really on, he was still doing it. So what we're going to say then is, okay, let's invite them this way. And let's set the trap for this side instead. The only reason this isn't as preferred for me is because I don't want to change Baldanzi and Basuma in terms of which side they're on. Because I want Baldanzi on the left, I want Basuma on the right. And forcing them the other way, the only thing it really affects is which one jumps out and which one defends and marks, basically. So we're getting really, for me, the wrong player is the one that's jumping out. I'd rather have Basuma towards the middle of the pitch, really. But it's fine. I'd rather have Basuma jump out and Baldanzi stay rather than having to switch them, because that'll affect how they play in possession. And you obviously don't want to switch them in and out, defending one side and attack the other. I mean, you could try it, but that's probably going to catch you out, I would expect. We're going to say, okay, you can have it that side. We're going to set the trap, so it's going to be, you're going to drop off. We're going to make it really easy that you can play straight to him and he can go straight to him. Right? That's what you can do, no problem. To start off with, of course. So, we're going to set this trap, and we're really going to focus on the first few goal kicks, right? If they do play out, which they might not, but they did last time. If we get this going, does he cut off the retain once it goes here? Does he jump out? And if the answer is yes and yes, does somebody pick up this player? That's it. That's all we're going to look at, right? We're going to get this bit done first. We're going to make sure he stops the retain, he jumps out, and make sure that he's dropped off. Those are the first things we're going to look at. That's quite the first stage of this, right? And then the secondary stage is who's going to move on to this player. So the way that they try and get you to look at things early in your coaching career is, and I say early because it could be level 1, level 2, it could be anywhere. It's where they get you to look at is like sort of on the ball, which would be like this area here, around the ball. So once it goes here, you're sort of then looking at these players, aren't you? This is sort of like around the ball, and then away from the ball. So that's how we're going to look at here. On the ball is striker with the this bit here. It's going to be basically a 3v1. On the ball is really these 3 here. So once it goes there, we then got around the ball. And that becomes this player here, and a little bit this player. But his job though is to not get involved. But he'd still be classed as like around the ball because he's going to be really effective here. And then away from the ball is basically mostly everybody over here. The only players that are even remotely relevant to this are these 2, because one of them has to go and pick up that player. And like I said, you can do this either way, right? Either in this situation, the pivot can go and the sort of 10 can go across here a little bit, and then the 11 comes on, and you end up with a bit of a situation like that. That's absolutely fine. And the other way that you can do it is once the 8 goes here, once he goes to engage, what we can do is the 10 goes across early. You'd have to be very... Basically, you can offset it like this, right? You'd have to start off really, like, narrow early, so you'd be a bit like... This would be the kind of situation from the goal kick would be probably like that. So 10 can't cheat too much. We use the word cheat a lot in coaching, right? But we're just... It doesn't really mean cheating, of course. It's just a term and a phrase. But he can overcommit, let's say, too much. Because if he overcommits, the pass goes straight into the 8. And this is the thing that I try to express so often to people, whether it's doing analysis or in actually coaching players. When you're out of possession, it's very, very rare you have one job, right? You've either got 1, 1.5, or sometimes 2. So you've got like a primary job and then like a secondary one. There's things called splitting the distance. So 10 here, he knows if we're going to force it this way into the trap, let's just say in this exact team, the number 10 is being told by his manager, right, the ball's going to get forced here, 8's going to jump, and you've got to get to this man, right? He's got to do 2 things. Because if he overcommits, like I said, he can just play into here and he's not doing his job. He's got to basically initially affect the 8, but then make sure that once it's played, he can then get across enough to make sure he affects the 4. And it might be that if he doesn't commit enough, that they can get the ball out to the 4 a bit easily because he's a bit late getting to him and they're out. That's one thing that could easily happen from this scenario. And like I said, I've already explained that, he could overcommit and then it goes straight to the 8. So he's got to try and find a nice balance of splitting the distance. That's the term we like to use, splitting the distance. And it's the same for the 11, right? Because if the 8 is going to jump out and the 10 is going to try and get across, if he's too far and the 8's open, it could just be a pass straight into here. So he's got to be close enough to affect him as well. But again, the same principle applies. If before they jump, if he starts off like this at the goal kick, it might be that the goalkeeper just tries to send it up here quickly and they can get like a 2v1. So he's got to be able to make sure that he's preventing any ambition from the goalkeeper to try and pick out the number 2, although that would be quite difficult. I mean, unless he's left-footed, that's going to be quite difficult anyway. But also, the main coach point for the 11, though, is that it doesn't matter how narrow he goes, as long as he's aware of where number 2 is and he's ready to sprint out immediately if he needs to. That's the coaching point, really, for 11. But anyway, let's just go through this then. Yeah, so 8 jumps out, 10's hopefully going to be getting across, and then the 11 picks up the 8. That is ideally how we want to see it, so it ends up becoming... And then you might find yourself in a shape that ends up being a bit like a 4-4-2 in that sense. It's going to be either that or when it goes across. As the ball goes across, the 4 is the one that jumps out. The 10 sort of then drops back a bit and the 11 goes across. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Let's get into the game against Burnley and see if we can beat them this time round as we lost to them in the cup. Okay, so I've made one little change to how I've done the tactics here. What I've got is rather than having like a base tactic, defensive version, attacking version, the first 2 options here, these 2 here are essentially the same thing, but just forcing it the opposite way. So this is now the default, I would say. This is always going to be the base that we go with. We're always going to tweak it in match and for each individual match. But for this is going to be like the base starting tactic. And then what you've got is in tactic 2, that's exactly the same thing, just forcing it to the opposite side. So the only thing I've really changed is the tracking winger goes up this side, he drops down to midfield, and the striker goes then to the other side. What's quite good is the rest of the tactic is symmetrical, so it doesn't actually affect anything else. The only downside to it going this way is, like I've mentioned, Basuma's going to be the one that jumps out. It leaves Baldanzi and Stack as a pair midfield. But that's not... If that's the worst thing I've got, that's fine. I'm not worried about that in the slightest. If both players were like right-footed or both left-footed, I wouldn't care which way around they were really. But I don't really want Basuma on the left and Baldanzi on the right for in possession because... Mainly for when, that half-space run. If the wide players get it, I want the central midfield players to be running into the half-space on their natural foot, really. That's the only reason why I prefer to keep it that way. But anyway, let's get into the game. That is going to be your team for the game. And we're going to force them to the other side, so we're going to select this version of it. And we'll see what happens. Come on in, boys. Let's see how we get on with the Bielsa football. I'm loving this series, by the way. Thank you to all of you for being part of this. I've really, really enjoyed creating these videos. I took some time off with the release because I really wanted to do a series with this feature. I think this feature is it's got to be some of the most fun I've ever had playing, especially a football game. And I thank everybody in the match team for helping make this happen, because again, as purely as a fan of the game, this is something I've wanted for so long, and I'm so pleased it's here, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy creating these videos for everybody, and thank you, basically, to everybody. Anyway, let's get to the game. We're going to say, go out and impress me. I mean, you could say pick up where you left off last time, but that was a mid-season friendly, so we're not counting that, are we, assistant manager? What are we doing here? Talk to the media. Let's walk straight past the interviewer and ignore them like we always do. Last time, that Brun Larsen on the left-hand side destroyed us. So, Paulo Henrique, you might be changed to a pressing fullback if he keeps getting on the ball and getting out. So, let's see how we get on. And we're going to get an early opportunity to see the pressing shape. So, let's... Oh, I'm zooming a bit too far there. So, Dubravka. So, right. It's not on the floor, so he might roll it this side. But, like, you can see here... I think Gnonto's a little narrow. Like, he needs to probably be about here, because I really want to invite this. Do you know what, though? Do you know what? I say that. I actually quite like this shape right now. He might even go long here. Okay, he's gone the side we want. Gnonto was so narrow, though, that they got easily to the fullback. So, what I'm going to do here is... It wasn't from a goal kick, right? The goalkeeper had it in his hands. But just to stop that from happening, if this is having an effect... We're going to take trap outside off. In fact, do we want to go trap inside? We might do, actually. Because pressing trap is going to affect the team in the final third when you're out of possession. So trap inside will make them go wider than try and force it in. We're going to change to that, because that might be what we need for those scenarios there. But that's a good start, good early spot, and we'll move on to the next scenario. They've got a highlight here. They get the ball into the hand side. Well, their left... Now it's gone to our left-hand side. Oh, we're going to win this. Surely Calvert-Lewin wins it. Okay, good. Is it going to be a counter-attack? We've got players running everywhere. Gnonto, we've got the half-space run from Basuma. There's another absolutely disgraceful tackle. We're just getting kicked around in this league at the moment. The white player gets it. Goes on the outside. He actually loses the ball. They sort of leave it for each other. We're going to start the ball here then. Enrique into Gnonto. He's going to apply it into Anton Stack. Back into Gnonto. Looks a bit narrow here, really. Goes well. Plays the Basuma into the half-space. We sort of got the concept there. Wasn't quite how I envisioned it, but it worked out. All right, it's going to be a block shot. It's going to be a block shot again. Gnonto gets on the outside. He hits with the left foot, and the keeper saves, goes for a corner. Right, so apparently for this one, they've just got Cullen completely spare. He's just completely free. Nobody's gone on to him. So then the next tweak for this, and they're still playing 4-2-3, but it's just the way that they built out. Obviously, Cullen is the more defensive one. He's really gone deep to get on the ball, but it's definitely a 4-2-3-1 for them. So what we're going to do then is, because of that, I can either put Calvert-Lewin in the middle, but then it's not really clear which side the ball's going to be forced to, or we can just make Baldanzi a attacking midfield player, and he can go back to being the tracker. It looks very offset, doesn't it? Like, you are going this way, and if Cullen goes that central, we could just do that. We need to, but let's try that. Let's go with that first. I could also put Calvert-Lewin in the middle. I mean, the thing is, right, I don't know why I'm worried about this, right? I'm worried about it not looking, but you all know what I'm trying to do. Like, you know, understand, like, it might look a bit obscure, but it's not, is it? For those of you that have, like, followed the way through and that know what I'm trying to do, it looks a bit unorthodox, but you all know what that's supposed to do, right? Okay, so they can play from the back here. They can play it into the middle. We've got a lot of early pressure there. Calvert-Lewin's got to stop the retain, force it in. They're playing into the middle. We've got that's a good high press here. We're going to get them, I think. Are we going to get them here? They're going to try and play it in. Brun Larsen's a bit spare, isn't he? Like, he's always, like, completely free. They go in behind. They're going to get a chance, and they nearly score. So there's definitely, I think that he's going to have to be a pressing fullback. He's going to have to, because Brun Larsen loves to drop off and get on it. Right, there's another goal kick that I just missed. So, oh, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. That is what we want to see. That tells Dubravka, you are not playing to this left-hand side. Our left, their right. You've got a man-for-man here, man-for-man here. He's marked, and Gnonto's there. Gnonto probably still is a bit narrow, really, like, because he needs to drop off, ideally, but it's fine. That's fine for now. We can see what they do. So they go straight to the fullback again, which is a bit risky. They've had to go back. Now, can we stop the retain? Can we force it forward? Hang on a minute. If I was coaching this team in real life, what I'd be saying here is to Basuma. First of all, Basuma, absolutely love the fact you'll go and engage in the back line. We want to see that. We want to see that jump out. However, you don't need to press the bloody left back. Your man's here. Like, Baldanzi here, Basuma here, they're in trouble. Calvert-Lewin comes across, we lock them in, we turn it over or force it forwards. But Basuma's gone a bit aggressive. But that, I mean, if the problems we're getting is that our midfield players are being a bit too aggressive on the pressing, we are going to take that. And they're going to put them... Oh, Calvert-Lewin nearly got it as well. Oh, they're going to get out here. That's fine. Tell you what, they do that 2 or 3 times, I guarantee they're going to make a mistake. That's absolutely fine. We'll carry on. So half-time then, it's going to be 0-0. They've not really created anything at all. Like, been pretty good from us generally. If we take a look at the tactics, so in possession is the area that we're currently not doing brilliant in. Let's take a quick look at this, right? In possession, we'll go back up to standard. We'll take off past the feet, and we'll leave it like that. Basuma's, I think, taking a bit of a knock here, so I'm going to take him off, and he's going to be replaced by... I'll tell you what, let's put Gruev on. Okay, going to make a couple of changes. We're going to go Dominguez on the left, we're going to go Dan James on the right. And then the last sub is going to be probably... Ooh, let's put Arthur at right back as well. Okay, so we're going to start off with a goal kick from us. We're going to go long for the goal kick. Okay, that's fine. Like, it's fine for them to mix it up from time to time. I don't mind that. Okay, so now they've got the ball. I love this, right? So even though it's an open play, Corey is still trying to force them to the side that we've asked them to force it to. So it's going to go this way. It's actually worked right, this little concept of the way we force them. Like, because now... I always feel like we've got enough pressure on the DMs. This has probably worked to the best I've seen it work so far. As... That's a good tackle, referee. That is not a... What? Don't send him off. Don't send him off. Is it going to be a red? Well, I mean, gotta be honest. It reminded me of the great Leeds United team of the 1970s. It was a great 70s tackle, very reminiscent of a Billy Bremner type tackle, but... It is a red, Arthur. I can't even complain at that. I mean, I applaud it in some ways. Like, I asked him to be aggressive. I asked him to be a pressing fullback and get close to Larson, and he's absolutely gone through the back of him, side of him. He's just completely broken him, and it's a straight red. What do you do here? Well, I think Dan James is just going to be like 2 players. We could use Dan James as the fullback out of possession, and the fullback and the winger in possession, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, there's a highlight late on. That's not good for us, is it? Down to 10 men here. Anton Stack plays it to Dominguez on the left-hand side. He's going to probably turn over the ball, isn't he? Oh, no, he's actually got it through to Baldanzi into the half space, sort of. Who's going to go past his player. There's 1 minute to get it in the air to Corey. You know it's got to go Baldanzi. Play it in. Oh, no, he's got it back to Dominguez. He takes a shot. It's going to go in the far corner. It's a goal. It's 1-0 to Leeds United. What a goal on the counter-attack. That is an unbelievable finish from Dominguez. Well done to Baldanzi. We got the ball into the half space. Not quite how I'd like it to go, but it got into the half space. And we've scored a brilliant goal. That is 1-0, and that might have just won us the game. Baldanzi goes past the fullback, cuts it back to Dominguez, who takes a touch, and a lovely finish into the far corner. 1-0, the best pressing performance I've seen, despite even the red card. This is brilliant. I didn't change my mentality quick enough, so there's going to be another highlight, though, right at the end of the game. They're going to get the ball. They're going to get a chance, aren't they, Burnley? The changes are pending. I didn't do it quick enough. They're going to go through. That's just like... I feel a bit hard done by, to be honest with you. Yeah, finishes 1-1. Harsh, really. I was really pleased with the team's performance in the press. The way we pressed was just the best I've seen so far. That was really good. I was really happy with that. So a draw away to Burnley. It's our first season. We're not going to get the perfect results every time. The pressing performance was, I'd say, almost, I put it as a 9 out of 10. It was really, really good. I was really happy with the team's performance in the pressing. And let's take it into the next one. We've got another game coming up. Are they going to play 4-2-3-1 is going to be the question. We'll take a look at all of that in a second. But yeah, disappointing, but there was a lot of positives to be had in that one. Okay, so West Ham are expected to play the 4-2-3-1 as well. That's good news for us, isn't it? I want to see us do exactly the same thing again. Hopefully they play out from the back. I really hope they do, because it worked so well in that last game. But we'll see. Okay, same exact plan. I'm not going to go through it in the tactics board. It's going to be the same exact thing. We're going to try in this one. We'll watch out for the play out on that first goal kick. I might have to move Baldanzi up as a attacking midfielder again, but that works really well. Arthur's suspended now after his questionable red card in the last game, which probably cost us points in the end. But yeah, it was pretty good. I'm going to keep it on shorter, but we're going to go with the pass into feet selected off, and that is going to be your in possession team instructions going into the game. Out of possession, we probably should change this, shouldn't we? We need to go to the pressing trap and set that to be trap inside. I'll make sure I do this on both the tactics so I don't forget, and then have one doing something different to the other. So we're just going to make that change there, and we're going to make that change there. Before I forget, people that have said, can I put the tactic up for download? Once I'm happy as like a settled tactic, I'm happy to. But generally, you can just copy everything that I've done. I've not done anything outside of what I've shown you, really. So yeah, feel free to just pause the video and copy all of it. I'm going to start a Corey for a game as well. I quite like him. I think that he's the best. I think he might be the best striker we've got. I'll say do it for the fans in this one. Ignore the interviewer again. 4-3-3 versus the 4-2-3-1. Any highlight potentially for West Ham? They get the ball wide. They've got the ball very wide, actually. We're going to get a lot of cover and support, though. It's a great tackle from Anton Stag. I absolutely love that. He's gone absolutely through the player, and we're going to spring them on the counter here. We've got Corey's got. He's got half space. Run there from Baldanzi, who's playing well. Far post. Basuma, where are you going? Basuma, get in the box. Baldanzi into Corey. Making a start, and he's hit it just over the bar, but that's a good start, lads. And you know what that means, don't you? That means a goal kick. So let's have a look and see what happens here. Oh, look at the shift. Did you see the shift? Oh, that was beautiful. I absolutely loved that. A little shift there. What I don't love is my left winger. But it's okay because it's got there. I mean, tell you what, they're in trouble here. Oh, my goodness me, that was risky. We nearly had him. I don't like the left winger there. He was way too central for my liking. I wonder if we just take off the stop play out. We'll try that. Okay, they've cleared the ball away from an attack. They're going to get it potentially on the counter here. So if we freeze it here, we're looking pretty good. We've got the left back. We've got support and cover. We should be okay. It's what he does next might be a problem. We're going to get back. You go with this. Oh, he's got James Ward-Prowse through into the half space. I don't bloody believe that. He's going to play a great ball across. It's going to be deflected, and it's... okay, thank goodness for that. Thank you very much, referee. I agree with this decision. Brilliant decision, assistant referee. Love this. Definitely offside. We'll move on. Is it going to be disallowed, though? Yeah, good decision, referee. Okay, attack starts here with Leif Davis. Straight after the disallowed goal, this is, into the left winger. Plays back to Leif Davis in a nice little half-space position. I have just changed the passing to much shorter. Just I wanted to see what happened if we did that. Oh, it's the half. There it is. Half space for Baldanzi. Play across goal. He shoots. It's at the beans. Oh, it's Calamitous. Oh, it's in. He's got in. What a goal that is. Obviously taking the piss a bit, saying what a goal that was. But I'll take it. We love it. Bit of chaos. Bielsa football causes absolute calamity at the back. I have no idea who scored this or what happened. Keeper is all over the shop. Is it the back of him? Oh, my goodness me. If that happened against me, I tell you what. I wouldn't have been very happy with my team if that had gone against us. But it's not. It's gone for us. It's 1-0 to Leeds United. Good on to the right-hand side. Going to much shorter passing seems to have done the trick. I don't have passing to feet anymore, right? So we've got a bit more directness there. We've got positive mentality, be more expressive. So they're not going to just play possession-based football. They are going to take risks, which is how I've managed to offset that by allowing it to be much shorter, but still be progressive and incisive as we go through. Good Otto scores. It's going to be 2-0 to Leeds United. We are playing some unbelievable football, both in and out of possession. That's 2-0. Anton Stark plays it straight into Henrique. Beats his... That's a lovely little touch up his feet. I love the little deception, the little touch that he takes wide. Plays it and cuts it back into... so shoots. The second time they've had a deflected shot go in. But, I mean, both were deflected, but that one was going in anyway. 2-0. Getting close to half-time here. Basuma has it on the right-hand side. He's going to play it back to Henrique, who's going to beat his man. Whipping an aerial cross to the far post. Headed towards... Oh, my... I tell you what. The less said about this, the better, I think. I'm not gonna overanalyze it for West Ham's sake here, but we're just gonna say we'll take the goal as a header at the far post. And I hope my goalkeeper Van der Voort is watching, because if that's you, Van der Voort, you might be on your way out the team, I think. But 3-0. We'll say brilliant, keep it going. So I made my changes and just thought I'd let the highlights sort of play out, and the next one we do sort of cover together. Not a single highlight has happened in the second half until now. This is the first highlight you're gonna see in the second half. And nothing's happened, which is good for us. We're pressing them, stopping them playing out. A bit of frame rate drop there. Headed away. Dan James is going to get it. Dan James is going to take some touches, play it in to Anton Stack, who's going to take a touch, drive it across goal as he plays it across goal. It's deflected away. And that is probably going to be the end of the match. What are we doing, goalkeeper? He's absolutely pinged out a brilliant pass. He knew exactly what he was doing there. And that is going to be the end of the game. It's going to be 3-0 to Leeds United. That was, I'd say that the game before was the best out-of-possession performance we've had so far. And I'd say that game was the best in-possession performance we've had so far. So, taking those two games, 4 points overall. I'm really, really pleased with that. So after today's episode then, the league table looks like this. Leeds United with 9 games played, 4 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. 14 goals scored, 13 against, goal difference +1, 0.14. That is where we stand. Like I said, best out-of-possession performance, followed up by the best in-possession performance. The only tweak I made that I didn't show it to you, but I said it to you, was I changed the passing there to much shorter. And the reason I'm changing it is this, right, is that, again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm not changing the in-possession philosophy at all. Like I mentioned, I wasn't going to. making a tactical instruction change is not overhauling it. It's about balance, right? So on the face of it, that's quite aggressive. I've got much higher tempo with positive mentality. We're wide and we've got counter attacks all selected. We've also got dribbling set to encourage. That's a very and more expressive. That's really, really aggressive in terms of how aggressive we're going to be with the ball, right? So I don't want my team to just be like a completely gung-ho and direct team. We need to balance it off somehow. So the little trade-offs here are, we've got play through defense, even though I'm happy for us to go like and bypass the press at times. Having this selected offsets those a little bit, right? Allows us to still be a bit more controlled in the first third. Goal kicks are set to mixed, which I could probably put to short, but I'm not, and goalkeeper distribution to fullback, so that hopefully he'll try to look for the fullback slightly more often. So this sort of gives a bit of control, these instructions down here, is what it does, right? But then I had pass into feet, and the reason I had pass into feet was that after we build our attack, we're trying to direct the ball to the wingers first, right? Into their feet, in the middle and attacking third. So I want it to go to their feet, though. I don't want the wingers getting played in behind, really, not on a regular basis. Of course, anything, I never want my team to do the exact same thing all the time. I'm happy for them to be creative. That is why this is being selected. But it's more like a principle. The principle is we occupy the wide areas. We try and find the ball to either the half-space player or the wide player, whichever it is. Preferably the wide player, though, first, so we can then go and build our attacks from that, whether it's half-space runs, he dribbles with it, he goes on the outside, fullback overlaps, whatever it is, right? There's loads of things you can get from that. Then, because I've now put this back to balanced, and we're still relatively aggressive, to offset that again, I've just made one little change. So much shorter, but with much higher tempo, with counter-attack, with width, with dribbling, with being more expressive. Like, that is not a severely possession-based tactic. We're going to look after the ball, and we're not going to just hit things for the sake of it. But this gives it a nice balance. Everything that I've done in possession is the same idea. It's just getting it in different ways, right? And that's the beauty of this system, and why I absolutely love the in possession and out of possession formation feature, and why I think it's one of the best things ever put into a football game. I just think it's a beautiful concept. Seeing my ideas come out the way that they are is so fun. And again, it's a personal channel. I'm saying all of this as a fan. I would say these exact same things no matter what I did. What I did for work, no matter what I did, I would say the same things. I've wanted this for a long time. Football games have needed this for a long time, and I think this is just beautiful. I absolutely love it. I love it. I hope you're enjoying the series as well, watching me do this. And what I'm hoping from this is, right, people aren't going to go, yeah, Jack, I'm just going to copy your tactics, but maybe I'm doing one or two things, right? Of the 10 things I might do in a match, you might look at one or two of them and go, okay, so if we do that for that reason, it means I could maybe do it in a different way for my tactic, right? That's also what a lot of coaches do. They'll take concepts and ideas from other people, and you know, there's nothing wrong as a coach, right? If you see something in a training session and you think, oh, okay, actually, the way they've designed that practice, if I changed it to here and here and here, that would fit with my topic for my players. There's no problem with that. What you don't want to see happening is a coach go, right, oh, there's a session plan online. I'm just going to copy it word for word exactly the same because it worked for somebody else, right? You've always got to try and adapt it to what you believe in, your values, your playing philosophy, the way you want the game to be played, and the way that you want to design your tactic. Like, you don't have to copy somebody just because they're successful, right? I honestly, I would say to people, anybody that's struggling, even if you are going to try and look for advice and ideas for how to make your tactic better if it's not going the way you want, still have an idea in your head of what you want to do, and take maybe the tips and take maybe some of that information and still do it in your vision. Trust me, you'll feel so much more rewarded for when it goes right, when it's your idea and your vision. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. So next episode, we've got Brighton, Forest, Villa, and City there. So yeah, probably another 2 matches. It might be 2 episodes of 3 matches, maybe even, because we've got Brighton, Forest, Villa, and then there's City, Chelsea, Liverpool. So we might do 2 episodes in a row where there's 3 matches instead of just the 2. Got those 3 there, then, you know, a City, Chelsea, Liverpool episode would be quite fun to see. So yeah. Anyway, thank you to everybody for watching the series. I really appreciate all the support, all the comments, and the likes and everything. Like I said, this is a part-time thing, but it really lets me know more than anything that people are still interested in watching, because I know what it's like. We're all busy. I'm not expecting everybody to watch the episode the minute it comes out. I don't tend to do that very much. I'll have a few queued up, then watch them at a later date. So I don't ever really look at like, oh no, my video's not doing well. I don't really look at it like that. But if you are still enjoying it, having some way of letting me know, whether it is a comment or a like on the videos, those things really help. And if you do want to subscribe, that's brilliant. And if not, that's absolutely fine. Thank you for supporting the channel in any way that you choose to do. Thank you, everyone. See you next time. And we'll get through the 3 games against Brighton, Forest, and Villa.